Okay guys, welcome back to day number 2 of our modded skyblock or sky factory, which is something that I'm very excited to continue, guys. So as we left off yesterday, we just had a tree grow. Sweet. Anyways, we had this wooden platform, so hopefully you guys, if you guys are playing along with me, you guys have something that's looking like this. It's just your basic wood platform, and I did finally get my oak tree. I kind of cheated it in, so that's a thing. But today I am finally gonna get into some stuff that is kind of sort of needed, because we just have one piece of dirt and it's kind of impractical to keep on planting and chopping down this tree over and over again. So first, I guess what I will show you guys is Vein Miner. It's a very simple mod. Basically, I kind of talked about it last episode. It basically allows you to chop stuff like fast. You have to have the right tool. So say I wanted to chop down this piece of wood. If I just used my wrist and I used Vein Miner, it wouldn't work. So I actually have to have an axe to chop down wood. This applies with cobblestone and everything else. You need to have a pickaxe to chop down. Basically, it's just like having like a lumber axe or having a lumber mod, kind of like on servers. And then same thing applies to this. If you have the crook and you have Vein Miner, basically with Vein Miner you have a hotkey that's set for Vein Miner to activate it. Mine is set to R. I set that to R, and then I just hold down R, and then I click on whatever I want to break, and it breaks it down that way for me. Simple and easy. So as you can tell, we just crooked this. If you guys have been doing this, you have probably been crooking your leaves and getting saplings and replanting them, which is sweet. And you've probably noticed by now you've gotten something called a silkworm. So a silkworm is something that makes a string for you. Basically, what you're going to want to do is plant your tree, and what you're going to want to do is infest your tree with silkworms. So you just right click on the leaves and the silkworms will start infesting your tree. And if you give it some time, all your leaves will go completely white, and then when you harvest them, they'll actually turn into leaves. But you got to be careful and make sure that you have saplings left over, because they will not drop any more saplings. If you let your tree go completely white, you'll get nothing but string. String has a couple of uses in this skyblock, and there is a couple of things that we'll get into later on that I'll show you what we're going to use the string for. But one thing that you could think of using string for is for a bed, because nobody likes to deal with night, especially for mobs. We're actually going to need to kind of get a passive mob farm going, but that'll be later on. So today I'm going to explain a mod that we are going to be using heavily through this skyblock. A really awesome mod. It's called EX Nilo. Basically it is a mod made just for skyblock, and I am going to link the thread down below, because this mod is super crucial for you to advance in this modded skyblock. I highly suggest you guys go through that thread and go to the spoilers, and it'll explain things for you that you probably have no idea what to do. So I'm going to actually show you some stuff that we're going to be using from this mod. Basically, if you just watch along, you'll learn things from this mod slowly, but if you actually want to just do it right away, you can go to the thread and figure stuff out without having to wait for an episode to come out, or I guess we're considering these episodes. But anyways, enough talking, and we're gonna actually make something called a barrel. And a barrel is basically part of EX Nilo, and you could think of it as a composter. And what the barrel does, let's look this up, 'cause I don't remember the recipe. Oh, you know what, I do. So what the barrel does is it basically will compost any sort of plant material, or just any sort of live material like zombie flesh, fish. You can even do apples, leaves, certain stuff you can actually put, and it's a composter. So basically what it'll do, I do have them. Basically what it'll do is turn everything that you put into these barrels here will turn into dirt. And that's how you progress to get dirt. So when you get dirt, you'll be able to add more and more dirt blocks here and continue your little side path of tree growing, because you're gonna need a lot of trees. I would say maybe 7 to maybe 10 trees, because you really don't need that many trees growing at once. But as you can see, I have some extra oak saplings that have kind of just been collecting since I've been crooking these a couple of times. And what you're gonna want to do now is, I'm actually just gonna make little steps so you guys can see, is you're just gonna come look at the barrel and you're gonna right click, and you're gonna see it's gonna get green, and you right click, and it usually takes 8 saplings to get 1 piece of dirt. So just keep that in mind. Once it's full, no more saplings will go in. So we'll put another 8 in here, and hopefully you give it some time. Right now it's kind of a green liquidish. Give it a couple of seconds, or maybe a minute or so, and it'll actually turn into a dirt block. So we will go back to that. And what else we're gonna do now is, while we have a good supply of crooks, we have a good supply of barrels, we're actually gonna want to make some extra barrels, because these barrels can also not only be used for composting stuff like your saplings or apples or whatever you feel like composting. I highly suggest you don't compost food, because it's kind of a vital resource that you need. But as you can see now, this is turning like a brown. It's looking more like dirt now. Oh, look, we got dirt, and look, we got another piece of dirt. So this is the barrel, and the barrel is very crucial to progressing in the skyblock. We're going to make 2 barrels just for making dirt, and then we're also going to make 2 barrels just for collecting water. So in case it rains on the server, the barrels will basically pick up water. They're basically like a bucket. And we're going to need these other barrels for water, so later on we can make a cobblestone generator. So you guys might be wondering how to get a cobblestone generator, how to get lava. I'm sorry, I cannot talk today. Anyways, yeah, how to get lava and how to get cobblestone generator. So, if you don't know how to use a cobblestone generator, we'll show you later on. It's basic Minecraft 101 skyblock stuff. But we're gonna collect our water from the rain, so at some time and point it'll rain down on our barrels and they'll get filled. And what we want is these barrels, all of these will get filled with water if we don't actually cover them up. So what I'm going to do now is grab, all we have is nothing but oak, so let me just we're gonna put this down, and we're actually gonna make like a little bit of a cover for these 2. Whoops, just so we don't get water in them, because we do not want water in these ones. We always want to have at least 2 barrels open for making dirt. We always want to have 2 open, and if they're all filled with water, it's a pain in the butt. You have to break them, and it's just not practical. So I highly suggest you guys do this. Let's throw the rest of these saplings in there. That won't turn into dirt. When it gets fully to 8 pieces, then it'll turn into dirt. So right now it'll just stay a green liquid. But let's break another plank here. I can afford to lose this, because it's alright. We'll plant our dirt. We're actually going to plant another piece. And you know what? Those 3 pieces of those saplings we could have totally used, and I did not think about that. But the next tree we grow, I think I'm going to start infecting them with silkworms and start getting some stuff going. Or you know what? We actually have to get some saplings, so maybe the second tree that we get going. But yeah, guys, I think that's gonna conclude today's episode. Barrels. Today we are making barrels in the skyblock. So I showed you how to make them. It's basically just some wood planks, some oak planks, and some oak half slabs. And the half slabs go right here, and the planks go on each side, just like that, and you get an oak barrel. And the barrel, like I said, it collects water, and it also turns any sort of plant material or live material basically into dirt. And the next episode, I will show you guys how to get cobblestone and how to process all your ores and all that fun. Fail, and maybe our tree might have grown, but now it's gonna take longer. Anyways, thank you guys for hanging out, and as always, if you liked the video, hit that like button. I love it when you like it. And if you're new, hit that subscribe button, because it does amazing things. It's free. Come on, it only makes sense, guys. Anyways, thank you for hanging out, and I will see you guys tomorrow.